My name is Rocelle. My son, Julian, at 23 years old, was a victim of a shooting, which left him paralyzed and from the waist down, above the waist down, and he's permanently in a wheelchair, and that's why we have the ramp. And basically was in the wrong place at the wrong time. They were trying to steal, well, they were trying to rob him, so he thought he was going to be able to get away, and he ended up being shot. Julian transitioned from the hospital in Mexico to hospitals here. When the bills started coming in, all I was getting in the mail were letters of this is not approved, that's denied, this is denied, it's out of network. And you're sitting there being faced with thousands and thousands of dollars of bills, and then just the ambulance ride. One ambulance ride was almost $11,000. So we were unable to keep that insurance. And we applied for Medi-Cal. We had to apply for the Medi-Cal, and with that, wasn't easy. There's a waiting. Julian was without care for a few months because of it. So we were going to this clinic, and they just were not capable of taking care of someone in Julian's condition. So that prolonged his care even more, and Julian was declining. He came home from the hospital with some pretty bad pressure ulcers that went septic. I was just using whatever I could get from the drugstore and trying to keep him as, clean as possible. So the case manager had come on board because we were having so much problems with his care. And she was a great resource. She really helped us through, navigate through this healthcare system. Even with her help, we were still having problems, but she finally got us on the right track and closed out our case, and Access came, built the ramp, which before we were relying on just portable ramps on, which was very steep and unsafe for him. I couldn't leave the ramps out. I'd have to set the ramps every time he needed to go to the doctor, and he couldn't do it himself because it was so steep. I would have to, wheel him down and wheel him back up. When the gentleman who built the ramp came out to, assess, he saw the ramps, and he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe that's what Julian was having to use. And it's just so much peace of mind, knowing that in case of an emergency, it's one less thing I have to worry about getting him out of the house. My other children, we had a plan just in case, just one of them would get Julian in the wheelchair, one of them would help me set up the ramps and, get him out. And now at least we have the permanent ramp. So right now, Julian, he's just basically going out for when he needs to go to the doctor, and he's been using the ramp to get up and down, which even with it, we use a van transportation because it's difficult for him to get into the cars. One less thing for him to have to do because he was transferring from the wheelchair to the car. And in the beginning, he was so sick, with his whole body was infected, and he was very weak, very frail. Now he's finally healed from all of that, and now it's just, trying to get his body more capable of maneuvering himself. It's like learning how to walk again. It's learning how to live in his body again. Just thank you very much. And we're very grateful to have Julian still here. I just want to thank all the donors for donating, all the volunteers for providing. We're just very grateful and thankful, and I just want you to know, you really helped us tremendously. My words can't even thank you enough. We wouldn't be able to afford this ramp. We wouldn't be able to have this ramp. So just through your company helping us, it got done. I mean, obviously it got done. It's well built, and I just can't thank everybody enough. And it begins with the donors, because without the donors, there would be no funding. I mean, these guys volunteer their time and expertise, but everything costs money. And even if you want to pay out of your pocket, you can't. So it's just very important to donate, and our families will forever be grateful to your company and everybody that helps. So thank you.